going on because I was trying to connect since 12:04. I apologize for my poor delay, but it was just like gray screen saying finalizing connection, and then it was nothing. So, did you see the same thing on your end when you tried to connect?
Yeah. I had to restart my phone.
Okay, I'm glad. Oh, I left a voice message disregarded because I saw that you were in, but then couldn't get connected. I'm glad you're here. So, hello, and how are you doing today? How was the week?
I can't hear you now. Are you still talking?
No, I said hello and I asked how
Oh, okay.
you were.
It was like nothing new. Not much new news. Trump did win. So
That I
your voice is completely disconnected from your face. So do you mind if I not look at you and just talk to you, because it's difficult for me to react. Like, what am I supposed to react to? Your face or your voice?
let, let me just stop. Okay, is it any better right now?
No,
I stopped.
because your face is still, but I can hear somebody speaking.
Oh, okay. Yes, this is how it will be today. I am so sorry. Technical difficulties always throwing me up and down because I wonder when it will be finalized, I wonder when it will be still. But sure, you may not look at me, do not get distracted. Oh. Alright. So about the election, what was your reaction? Did it give you any confusion or happiness, or are you happy with the results?
I am happy, but apparently my neighbors are not, because they've been trying to destroy my apartment from outside this apartment. They've been shaking the walls. You could even ask my kid. This woman comes home late at night, and I found out something else that's very odd, coincidentally. This woman has anxiety disorder, and her name is Iris, like my favorite band. So it's very strange, coincidentally. And she was shaking my walls, playing some loud music, and she's still doing it. And I'm thinking it might be like a natural reaction to him winning or something like that. People are gonna get violent. So I managed to keep my happiness all to myself, all by myself, me and my kid. We're happy because we've been waiting for justice a long time, and maybe, you know what, it's coming for us, because they did win, and it means a lot to me because I didn't vote.
Okay. Do you have any hopes for it? Is it promising? Is it something you're excited about? The future perspectives, prospects, maybe?
Relieved more like than excited, because again, I don't expect, when things are done right, sometimes it takes time and effort. It's when corruption takes over that you see people just being rash and hurting people and removing them from duties. So I'm not excited so much, but I'm relieved. And a part of me thinks that my suffering may not be for nothing, and that's that helps.
By saying you're suffering, what exact suffering in the latest years, suffering with what you've been going through with authorities, is that what you mean, or is there anything more specific?
Well, I've talked to you enough about what's going on. If it's it's not valid suffering to you. You're really mean and evil, because honestly, we've had to go through a lot because of the FBI onslaught, and you know what, just bad people and bad management in this government in general, you know.
I hope it will be better. I hope there will be some changes, but can you enlighten me, as I'm not as I wasn't here long enough to understand the political system of the United States, even though I had it.
Me neither.
I just wonder how long it will take for the new government to take it into effect, to actually start having those conversations, put into action. Are we talking 6 months? Are we talking 8 months?
What are we talking about here? For him to be inaugurated, or for me to get help?
No. For him to start taking power and put some change in the way things.
I heard it's like 100 days or something. It's 100 days, but that doesn't effectively mean anything for me because nobody speaks to me directly. But the general air of his agendas and the idea that I like him, I love the people he associates with, that helps me live my life. Although, you know what, it's not like a major change, in what I do day to day.
Okay. I wonder what will be, because ruling a country is a lot. You gotta deal with economy, you gotta deal with social aspect, you gotta deal with education, you gotta deal with health related issues, you gotta deal with international politics, you gotta deal with a lot of stuff. What would you see me taking into consideration first? What do you think is the most important part right now?
For him to take into consideration?
To take something, say if there is a priority list, what would be number one?
He was talking about attacking Iran. I don't know, because his priorities are not my priorities, but I know, I feel like I want to be part of MAGA, or I am MAGA, because I've been here since 89, and I see how it's gone down the shitter, and, I really, admire this person for standing up, because a lot of it is corruption. A lot of it is, corruption in our, legal system. It's a lot of FBI corruption. Even the documents that they caught him with, it was documents basically on, I think, FBI and some other agency, and these agencies, they don't have any transparency. We don't know what they're doing with our money. And I, in my personal experience, know that they attack people for no reason.
Well, okay, it's actually talking about election, and you mentioned it in here since 89. Do you want to take an action for next election and maybe register to vote also?
I do. It's just I've been from, I can't call it a paycheck, honestly, because it's not. It's welfare money. I've been going from welfare to welfare, and even less because I've actually been focusing on not, the value of this paper, but what is going on, in this ghetto, with the food, like RFK. That's a blessing. Come find out what's wrong, because to me, it's really not just the money, because they've been saying it too. All this money goes into New York, none of it comes back. When I was first here, in early 2000s, even before that, before 9/11, we had hella fucking tourism, and it was just beautiful to walk down these streets. So I'm not a politician. I don't know how things work. But even from personal experience, I've met corrupt people. I've met frauds. I've had it up to here, actually. I don't know if the person I'm talking to is or isn't one. Because people have their own agendas. People have gotten awfully greedy, And our culture is disconnected also. Because you have people screaming at each other for this and that, and I want money in my pocket.
There is no communication, because sometimes people scream just to scream. yeah, even though New York State as a state got, I think, one of the best social programs in the country, somehow it's still not enough. It's still not working. But look, I've never been a governor, or I've never been a mayor, or I've never been a president. I bet it's the top job to have those people, trusted people, people that understand what they're doing and have proper tools how to track, how to make those actions work. Because the idea sounds great. The realization of this idea, the implementation of the tools and plan, action steps, that's what it's
I know, it is hard, but like I've been thinking about it, like some things, like they talk about it, how it's like some things don't work for every state. Like I don't expect them to, and I've had this too, like just on the street, people are like, oh my God, what does this man want? We're an immigrant nation and stuff like that. But I don't imagine like we're gonna have like ICE in New York City apartments. I bet you it's just that someone's perpetuating this idea that we're like a melting pot and all that shit that they taught me in school. Great idea, but the reality is that there's hella corruption and there's not enough money. There's not enough money to support all these people.
Melting pot is not only commended, it is also a big responsibility to make sure that all of the people incoming have proper
Are actually treated with respect.
treated with respect and for them to find their place. Because I think it would be great if all the people have basic, I don't know, language courses, or maybe some grade school recommendations, like they can go and get proper skills.
Or at least safe food. Like I feel the food's not safe, or housing, like ridiculous. I don't even know like who I'm talking to right now because you live here, and I think that you have a responsibility to be aware. So I feel like all this stuff that I'm telling you, you already know it. You probably know more than you're letting on.
With the housing, it's just, I see a lot of people relying on help without, it's enabling for people that are just coming to the country.
Exactly. But the corruption wouldn't let them find this housing either. Like,
That's another question. Well,
because it's just like this dystopian sci-fi where like the machinery took over and people are just squandering for their own. They're taking these idealistic agendas and they're pushing them with masses, because at the end of the day they know they get to go home and pocket whatever money they got. I'd feel like these same people, like these same ideals would work better in the hands of A, more practical, B, more responsible, C, more honest people. So that's how I feel about, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and their whole team. Because you can't keep pushing on living human beings with idealisms, because it's gonna break. It's gonna break.
let's wait and see. I mean, we're here for the time being. We will definitely witness it. We will definitely be even part.
I want him to have his own investigators, because this is sick. Like, I want him to have his own investigators.
Something will be updated here. Something will be.
I hope so. I really do. I don't know. I feel like better because I almost didn't know what to expect from this conversation today, But at least we got to talk about something lighthearted, like politics.
I'm glad that you have opinions on it and considering participate, because what I witnessed in the U.S. versus the country where I came from, at least, I believe in this election procedure. The fact that they, scan all of your choices, the fact that they provide you with the ability to choose people for Senate, and you can see, you can read about them. There is no limit to the internet. You can go Google, find the information, and prepare yourself for this, to make those choices. I like that, and I like that it's not paper, because the country where I came from, and you probably saw those videos on the internet, any people that would love to have this classification of the results, they can just come and drop a lot of bulletins with whatever results they want to be, which is
Wait, so in Russia they use paper also? Do you know if they use?
they use paper, but they just put it in like a mailbox, you know.
Because I mean, like all the Russians I've ever known, they know they don't have like it's always Putin. They know that much that the elections.
It's not automatic ever. I'm talking about the process of election itself. Because over here, when you vote and when you exit the building, they will scan your results immediately and it will be in your computer. So this person voted for those candidates. Over there, you just drop your piece of paper in a box, and then they will count it. So it's human-based.
Oh, so it's you actually know the whole process. So
Sort of.
so ours is more trustworthy than theirs. We're, you know.
Here is trustworthy. I believe in the result, and I encourage all of the clients, if they are eligible to vote, to do it, because it feels like it depends on us, and the results are depending on us, and we really have a little bit of a voice here. I'm glad that people still can do it. Because over there, it's pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That, you know. Yeah. I don't know. It's not even you know, it's just, it's like, you know, people that like I don't like are they're just wiling up their shitstorm now, because I don't even know. Some of them are trying to bow out with grace maybe, but I don't know what to say, because it's just I don't know when my life, like you were asking me, I don't know when my life is gonna be, you know, the better for it, like in terms of I have a better lifestyle, like I get more sleep and more nutrition, but I know it's for the better. I already feel like my life is for the better for it, you know, and I'm so glad, because at least it's you know, if not me, they'll help somebody else. I know they will.
I hope that you will have, you know, like a new chapter of your life. You will be done with this nonsense, and there will be something else. And based on that, you really, at least during our conversations, you say that you're tired with that, and you really want to invest more energy into some other stuff instead of caring for that. I hope you will get this energy, and I hope this situation will be over, resolved or not. You can just, life is too short for us to stay in those uncomfortable things for too long. I understand as a person that depression is very strong emotion, and it's about the light, it's about the comfort of your life, it's about providing for you and your son. I get it, I truly do. But I also get that you're a young woman with a young kid, and your life is precious. Every moment of it is precious, whether the situation will be resolved or not. It doesn't work to, like, you know, waste time too much. The audacity that they...
That's how I feel, the audacity. You know, I just, I don't know who to aim this at anymore, so I don't know. What can I do? You know, what can I do?
Something small, something good to yourself. You can always make a choice and do it something good to you and to yourself. Find ways to make every day of your life, every week, every season great. As we get it closer to New Year's, Thanksgiving, and all that kind of stuff. You know, arts and crafts. Cooking. Watching your favorite movies together, all of those little things, creating your reality, not allowing whatever is outside to affect probably your happiness.
I mean, it affects me, because if I didn't allow things to affect me, then I would not be human, and I insist on that. But to try to keep it in perspective, who these people are, what their motivations are, that's how I live.
of trying to find, all of the courses, all of the popular influencers, they talk psychology. They talk a lot about like inspiration and motivation and all of that kind of stuff. And this is like inner resource. That's why everybody wants to sell it, because we all want to have, like a pill, magical thinking that if I will do this, my life will change. But the secret is, it's me who have to do something. It's not for them people that I can pay to change my life.
You have to do something.
Exactly. No, each of us in our lives, we are the one to take action. As much as I understand it, as human beings, I would love to, I don't know, take some supplements or watch something or listen to something for 10 minutes a day, and then my life will change for better. No, it's me who gotta wake up every day early if I want to be done everything that I want to be done. It's me who have to watch what I eat, watch who I'm talking to, which information I allow into my informational space, what kind of friends I have, what kind of self-talk I have inside of me. How do I look? That's all to me. And it's for me to decide how I look. Each of us will have this power.
Sometimes we're caught in situations and all that's left is like our animal nature. Like, maybe like, superficial, maybe deep, like I want to hug my child or something, because sometimes I feel often enough like there's nothing I could do, especially when they're like on my walls and in my food, like, so all that stuff that, like makes normal people think, oh, I'm cute, I have a personality. It's a lot of this stuff is on their computers, and like in their contacts and their Facebooks and all that. I don't have any of that. I have to be very basic. So,
Yeah.
And I wonder what my child thinks of this too. But he's a nice little boy.
They will be able to, the kids of today, the generation, with everything they have, the resources that they have, I hope they will be able to use it in a good way, more than the bad.
You have to have good intentions to do something good, But most people, they treat things like their life like a game of some sort. Like, oh, this part, I'm just going to do this for money, and then I'll be the hero of my dreams. Doesn't always work like that, especially when you find out somebody's been watching.
Yeah, that's a whole different level of, insecurities and second guessing and doubting everything. So I think sense of security is very important. To feel secure in where you're at and understand your safety. It's important.
Since you are a psychologist, do you want to talk about that? What is the sense of security? Is it an actual sense, or is it like something psychological?
Yes, basically, since we were born, family is the main role that we look at in humankind or nature kind, like how animals live. It's important to feel secure around your household, whatever you live around, and your family bonds when you're developing. It's important to know that it's safe where you're at. It's important.
But you do this through your intellect more than through your senses. You acknowledge the security of, of your perimeter area through your senses, or you're talking about having a sense of security, like a deeper sense of security, like I could live in my own country, I could,
One comes from another. They are
get food from the store that's safe, that sort of thing. It goes outside yourself and outside your senses. It's like your intellect, acknowledging this or that event.
As we are younger, we don't really have this realization sense. We don't really have critical thinking when we stage of development between 11 and 19, we are not really fully individuals. We follow what we see around us. That's why it gives us space to find what we are. Say if it's not safe for me to go to the grocery store, if I don't have enough food, I will not be developing as myself as Anna. I will be worried about what me and my siblings will eat. Or where are we going to hide when a bomb attack happens? When the alarm is screaming. That's why it hurts me the most when I see like the war zones of what's happening elsewhere. It is scary because it affects your development. Or in the families, if there is abuse happening in the family, the child does not feel secure because if they switching roles, the parents cannot make sure that the child is safe. If they
Exactly.
neglect and abuse, they will have this sense, oh, now I have to support my parent, or my grandparent, or my siblings. And it's switching off the roles. It's too early for a young child to worry about how am I protecting my younger siblings or my mother or my father. This is not their job yet, but they will take it because nobody else can. So it affects us. Everything, the inside and the outside. For motivation, we look for internal and external factors. Because sometimes you, for example, not use someone to help their community can be inspirational. Sometimes to help their family can be inspirational. Or to get yourself some habits.
I think strong communities are like self-sufficient communities.
It's a lot, but everything is interconnected for sure. It's never one thing. What I know for sure, there's never one answer. It's the combination of factors.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, Simone, on that note, we will need to finish up for today. I made sure that even though we had some connection difficulties, which I apologize for, we got our session.
No problem. With all the wackiness of, yeah.
I'm glad it happened, and we'll talk next week, same time. Okay.
Okay. Take care.